Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Detroit Lions. They pulled off the upset. It's funny how nobody really thought the Lions were winning this football game outside of Lions fans. Of course, on this channel, we said it as well. This defense was all over Lamar Jackson. They were all over Derrick Henry in this football game. Now, this is at the end of the fourth quarter, getting towards the end of the football game, and we've got so much to break down. But Aidan Hutchinson, you could see he's going up against left tackle Ronnie Stanley here, and he takes the inside move, and he had a phenomenal game. And this whole Detroit Lions defense had such a great game. Aidan Hutchinson, Al-Quadin Muhammad, Derek Barnes, Jack Campbell, specifically the front seven, really did a phenomenal job of holding Lamar Jackson and this Baltimore Ravens offense down, and we're going to break it all in this video. Really, one of the only Lions blunders comes here, and it's not on this football play. It's the drive proceeding. It's 28-24 here. This was, probably the play of the game, especially defensively here. Aidan Hutchinson, now they're running it. Very intricate scheme here. You think you get him. Derrick Henry's trying to get downhill now. And look at this power that Aidan Hutchinson brings in to smash this football. And then, of course, DJ Reed falls on this football. We made a Lions video literally on Saturday evening saying Aidan Hutchinson being back is such a big deal, because if he's causing turnovers or he's forcing the passer to cause turnovers, giving interceptions to Kirby Joseph like we saw last week, or against the run, stuffing it out of Derrick Henry's hands, Aidan Hutchinson, he looked fully healthy, and he had a great game here. Alright, now that the excitement is, dying down here, I wanted to show you some stuff towards the end of that football game. I want to go all the way back to the beginning, which, by the way, hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Try and hit 300 likes on tonight's video. Here's the thing, man. This is the first touchdown of the game. Alright, it's the Lions' first drive of the game. This seems so small, but it's something Detroit does so well. And by the way, while we're on topic, I think that this was a phenomenally called game from John Morton. Now, here you just have a simple run with Jahmyr Gibbs, but we got Khalif Raymond right here, and we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, two extremely willing and great blockers, and they just come on in here, help free it up. The offensive line, by the way, also had a phenomenal game. I do not believe Jared Goff was sacked one time. He barely even had to throw for around 200 yards in this football game. It was just a really clean game, and all the way up until that fourth quarter, they were like 4 of 4 on red zone drives, and then they had the Jake Bates field goal, and it kind of kept Baltimore in it. But here we go, first touchdown of the game, Jahmyr Gibbs. This team ran the ball so well. 3 touchdowns, we're going to show you. Now, the Lions defense in this football game had 6 total sacks. You're going to see one of them. This is important. There's a minute and a half left in the first half here. You see Jack Campbell comes on in here and gets this sack on Lamar Jackson, but it's 4th and 1. It's 14-7. There's a minute and a half left in this first half here, and I saw the narrative. I noticed the narrative in this football game heading into it was, how is Detroit going to contain Lamar Jackson, because they've never been good at containing quarterbacks. I don't remember when that became a thing. Maybe if you could shed some light there. Whether it was Jack Campbell here specifically making an athletic play, DJ Reed right behind him as well, or it was Derek Barnes or Naosaki, some of these guys who are spying, like Derek Barnes had a handful of sacks here, or he just won. They quarterback spied Lamar perfectly, and they really did a phenomenal job of containing him. So just for some more context to the John Morton play call, going back to the offense, we've got a fun little play here from Jared Goff, and he finds, I think that's Amon-Ra St. Brown who comes down with this catch. Fun little play designed here, and I just want to say as well with John Morton in this offensive line, they did such a phenomenal job. David Montgomery here, and we're going to show you at least one more clip. He had 2 touchdowns, over 150 rushing yards. Jahmyr Gibbs had about 70 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, and it really just opened up this whole play action. It opened up the playbook for John Morton here. Jared Goff didn't need to do anything too crazy, right? Like we mentioned, only 202 passing yards, but he consistently was getting he had so much protection in this game against a little banged up Ravens defensive line, but it just opens up this run game. It opens up the playbook to do fun stuff like this, reminiscent of the Ben Johnson era, and it's still the same roster, and this offense really clicked tonight, scoring 38 points. Speaking of Jared Goff, we got his touchdown pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now it's 14-21. Detroit is losing this football game. We're halfway through the third quarter. This is a huge drive and a great throw, a great catch from Amon-Ra St. Brown. And we kind of lose him in coverage here, but he takes this little like double step, this kind of jab step right here, which gives him, that slight separation that he is looking for in this route. Goff hits him perfectly, and now we got a tied football game. So Detroit's defense gets a huge stop. It's still 21-21. And here we go. I wish you guys could hear the crowd in this because it is so loud. And keep in mind, they're playing this football game in Baltimore, but we were just talking about this, fun scheme, this fun play calling game from John Morton and the Detroit Lions. Everyone was freaking out after week 1 saying they lost Ben Johnson and it's all over. And you see a fun design here. He's going to hand this to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's just going to toss this back to Jahmyr Gibbs. Beats his guy on the edge. You also see down here Sam Laporta is going for, a reception here. He's drawing this defensive back into the end zone. Then he's ultimately going to end up blocking him, so he's not able to tackle Jahmyr Gibbs. But this is, the fun stuff that people thought the Lions offense was going to be missing just because they lost a coordinator. They still have all of these. First off, John Morton's been with Detroit. He's been with the coordinator, Ben Johnson. But they've also still got all of these guys here. All right, and offensively, defensively, it was such a good football game, and we'll show you one more. All right, folks, we're showing you David Montgomery's third and final touchdown here. By the way, second and final touchdown here. The Lions had 4 total rushing touchdowns. I want to show you more of this defense. This is what ends up winning the football game. There's a minute 45 left on the clock. They just had a huge, I think it was 4th and 1 pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown right before this, so I guess that was kind of the game winner. And then this one ends up just sealing the deal, finds the open lane, and just bursts into the end zone. And we got, NFL copyright's kind of a pain in the ass. But anyways, we're going to definitely, we've got our Lions channel, which a lot of you guys are subscribed to, but I'll be posting plenty of, especially defensive clips from this football game as this week progresses, probably even tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, because once again, this was a game where everyone, like the clear consensus, maybe I'm not in tune with the NFL media world, the clear consensus in this football game was that the Lions were about to get walloped, and the Lions were going to lose this football game. Dan Campbell doesn't lose primetime football games, especially in the regular season. Now they've got Cleveland next week, next Sunday afternoon. Then they've got Cincinnati, Kansas City, so a little bit of an AFC stretch here in the next 3 games. But they took care of business. This defense had, I think it was 7 total sacks in this game. Aiden Hutchinson, Al-Qadim Muhammad. There's so many players to pinpoint that we don't have enough time in this rapid reaction. But it's getting late here, folks. We've been idle for too long. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Give me your player of the game, any insights, opinions you had from this game, and stay tuned because in the next 24 hours, we're going to have some more Lions content for you. Peace.